Today I want to share with you how to make a natural cream to relieve itching, whether it's itching caused by skin allergies. For example, if a little bug bit us and it itches a lot, this will help relieve it. But before that, I want to share something that I think is even more important, which is how to reduce or eliminate the symptoms. In the case of skin allergies such as hives or other types of skin allergies that cause pruritus, itching or welts, lately it's become very common and there are more and more cases. This affects a lot of people. That's why I want to share with you what to do to relieve these symptoms or even make them go away completely. First, I want to clarify something. What I'm about to share with you is not for severe cases, okay? For example, if you get stung by a bee and you're allergic and you're swelling up, in that case, you shouldn't do this, but instead you should rush to the emergency room to get an antihistamine injection. Well, whatever the doctor determines needs to be done to reduce the swelling and prevent suffocation or anything like that. No, it's not for severe cases, but it often happens with allergies. For example, let's take hives as an example. It starts with one bump, then two, then three, and it keeps increasing, and all in one day. It's annoying, and we could be like this for a week, 2, or even a month. For these cases where it's relatively mild, would these tips or what I want to share with you be helpful? Well, at that moment when we notice that something starts to itch and our allergy might get triggered, we're going to fill up a 1-liter bottle of water at least. We're going to sit down and we're going to focus on drinking that water in sips. And second, it should take about an hour or an hour and a half at most, right? If we can drink it in half an hour, that's even better. I usually fill a 1-liter water bottle and suddenly I pour myself a little glass that I know holds about 200 milliliters of water, and I drink that all at once. I wait about 5 minutes, drink another, wait 5 minutes, drink another, but I stay focused and avoid distractions. I mean, the secret is not to forget to drink water and to drink as much water as you can quickly so it starts to flush out toxins. Then, after some time, I drink water again, and so on, but the moment the first rash appears, I drink that amount of water while focusing, without getting distracted by other things. Then, on that day, from when the first rash appears, absolutely stop eating grains, seeds, and cereals. It's strictly forbidden. For example, nothing that is a seed, no legumes, no lentils, no chickpeas, no beans of any kind. We are not going to eat, for example, seeds. No flax seeds, no chia seeds, no sunflower seeds. We will not eat any grain or cereal. We are not going to eat any wheat, any oats, any barley, so we are not going to eat their derivatives either. For example, we are not going to eat refined flours, or oat flour, or rice flour, or wheat flour. Nothing that comes from a seed. We are also not going to consume oils. We are not going to consume oil that comes from a seed. No, not sunflower oil, not blended oil, not sesame oil. None of that. So, what are we going to eat? Lots of vegetables, fruits, meats. If you eat meat, red meat, chicken, fish, all kinds of meats. You can eat dairy, but for example, we won't eat milk or yogurt. We are going to eat hard cheeses, cheeses that have been aged for quite a while. For example, a Mar del Plata cheese, a Colonia cheese, a semi-hot cheese. We can even eat that type of cheese, even creamy cheese, the kind that's usually found here in Argentina. We're also going to eat eggs. For example, if we really want to eat bread, we can make those little cassava breads that I've shared. If you don't know how, look for the recipe on the channel, okay? And lots of vegetables and lots of fruits. The idea is that we can also eat potatoes, for example, tubers like potatoes, beets, carrots, which are also very filling. The idea is not to eat any seeds, nothing that has phytic acid, that has anti-nutrients. We're going to leave that aside. At least for a week, follow this diet, drink plenty of water, and you'll see how your allergy practically disappears. Of course, you shouldn't eat any kind of processed foods or foods that are high in sugar. That's not recommended either while you have allergies. Give it a try. And to relieve the itching, I'm gonna share a natural cream with you. It's super good and very easy to make. And now I'm gonna show you how to make the cream. But remember that the important thing beyond being able to relieve the itching is that it's always going to be something external. And the most important thing is that we work from the inside, that we relieve and reduce the toxin load in the body and let the body rest a little so it can cleanse itself. The body will cleanse itself just with the amount of water, at least 2-3 quarts of water per day. You'll see that it will start cleansing and even more. If you add this diet, please try it for a week, especially if you tend to have allergies. Try it for a week or two if you can keep it up, and then come back and tell me in the comments how it went for you. Let's make the cream. For this cream, we're going to use aloe. It can be aloe vera or aloe saponaria. Like this one. This is the one with the little spots, which is really fleshy. We're going to cut it in half, and now we're going to put it in a jar and weigh it, like this. I'm going to give you the proportions. Using a fork. Let's do this. And we're going to extract the gel this way. Here. Huh? He told you that we just finished extracting? It's 70 grams, so what we do is add the same amount of coconut oil. In this case, since it's neither cold nor hot here, the coconut oil is kind of creamy. It might be summer where you are and it's very hot, so it's liquid, or it might be very cold and it's solid. If it's solid, melt it slightly in a double boiler. If already liquid, it's ready to use. To prepare the mixture, we're going to add 70 grams. So what we have are 2 equal parts. We mix a little bit. And optional. To this mixture we're making, we can add vitamin E, which will help it last a little longer, but it's optional. If you don't have it, that's not a problem. This mixture is already enough. You can store this in the fridge and it will last you 7 to 10 days. We're going to add the equivalent of 10 drops. If you have vitamin E in capsules, you split it in half and count out the equivalent of 10 drops. We mix it very well. We have to do this part of mixing by hand. It doesn't have to be with a mixer or blender. Mix well so everything blends nicely. The ingredients. And once it's mixed very well, we transfer it to a jar. And we can keep it in the fridge. It will solidify and it's more practical to use. Now we can store it in the fridge and it will last between 7 and 10 days. With vitamin E, it lasts about 2 months. Always be careful when you're going to use it to have your hands very clean so we don't contaminate the cream. Another way is to have, for example, a disposable spoon where we take out the amount we need to use. We use it and then we can wash this spoon and always keep it clean when taking out the cream. That way it lasts longer. This has been in the fridge since yesterday, so it's ready and super cold. What I wanted to show is that, see, it'll be easier to remove from the fridge. It's beautiful and you'll see how it soothes bites. But not just for that, because remember we have aloe and coconut oil. This is also good for moisturizing the skin for wrinkles. For example, if we have a little fungus or something, it will also help us because it's antifungal. So if we have any fungus on the skin, we can use this cream. And honestly, Barbara is amazing. But anyway, in this episode, what I wanted to share with you is something that will relieve your itching. And you'll see how it works, how effective it is for that, and how it relieves.